My name is Victoria Warner, and I am the owner and founder of Rowlett Family Law. And today what I'd like to do is give you some tips on things that you need to look for, things that you need to ask if you're going to hire an attorney. Hiring an attorney is not something that people do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. You may only do it one time in your entire life. So I want to give you some tips and hints on how to make that process as easy and as close a fit as you can get. The first thing that you need to figure out is if the attorney that you're looking to hire handles the specific type of problem that you need assistance with. You cannot hire an attorney that does criminal law to help you with a very complicated and detailed estate planning issue unless that attorney happens to do those types of laws. I would suggest that the attorney that you are looking to hire only practice in 2 or at the most 3 different areas of law. You cannot be good at everything. There is so much continuing education that attorney has to attend, and there is so much legislative changes that come down the line every year, every other year. We have the legislature meets and we have changes. So all those fields of law are affected by those changes. If you have an attorney that's a general practice attorney, they may be okay to hire to do something that's very basic and very easy, but if you have something that's very detailed and very complicated, it is actually going to be more cost effective for you to hire an attorney that does that on a daily basis, as they will not have to do the research and the law updating that they're going to need to do to get up to speed on your particular matter. So that's the first thing, is make sure that they handle your particular area of law. Make sure that the attorney is licensed as an attorney. In Texas, you can go to the State Bar website. You can do a couple of things there. You can for sure make sure that the attorney that you're looking to hire does have a license, and then you can also make sure that they don't have any disciplinary action pending against them. The next thing is where is your matter taking place? If you have a matter that's in your county, you don't want to hire an attorney that is 100 miles away or 200 miles away to handle a matter. You want an attorney that knows those judges. You want an attorney that regularly practices in those courts. So once you've decided that you have narrowed down the field to an attorney that practices in the field that you need, that they are indeed licensed, that there's no disciplinary action against them, and that they actually practice in the venue that your matter might be pending at, then you need to ask them some more specific questions. Ask the attorneys, do they have a resume that you can review? Do they what are their billing practices? Do they do block billing or do they do detailed billing? Do they charge for extras in their hourly rate? If an attorney charges $2.50 an hour, does that include mileage? Does that include parking? Does that include copies, faxes? Does that include certified letters? A lot of law firms charge extra for that. So you need to know what the billing practice of your attorney is and how often they're going to bill. An attorney should bill at least once a month. Office staff, you need to ask whether they have support staff. You don't want to be paying an attorney to be drafting documents that a legal assistant or paralegal can be doing. Communication, you want to know how your attorney will communicate with you, whether it's going to be only by phone call, whether it's going to be by email, whether it's going to be by text messaging, and are there certain times of days or days that your attorney returns calls or answers emails. Be careful of attorneys that overpromise, that say, I can get all this for you, no problem. You want an attorney that tells you this is your best possible day in court, this is your worst possible day in court, and gives you a realistic expectation of what you might stand to get in your legal matter. Attorneys that overpromise, you will be very disappointed in and will leave you feeling like you were cheated. Make sure that your attorney has enough experience in the field. I would say 5 years is probably a minimum, 10 years is probably better. I'm going to tell you that when I came out of school, I was probably no more prepared to handle a divorce than my next door neighbor. But as you practice and you get better and you get more experience, so you know, you might find an attorney that's new out of school at a cheaper rate, but I don't think it's worth getting a cheaper hourly rate in exchange for less experience. Some attorneys will let you do some of the work, and that will kind of decrease your costs some. Maybe you can draft documents, maybe you can run documents to the courthouse, maybe you can do things for the attorney that will help you save on costs. Ask the attorney if they are willing to allow you to do that. Also, ask the attorney that you are thinking about hiring if they will let you just buy pieces of time. Maybe you don't want to hire them as a retainer, but maybe you just want to say, I want to buy an hour's worth of time for $250 and I just need you to write a letter. Or I want to buy a block of time and I want you just to review documents and for then us to sit down and talk about whether those documents are okay to sign or whether there's some changes that needs to be done. So in summary, I just want to go over some points, highlight some points on how to hire an attorney. You're first going to make sure that the attorney handles your particular situation. You're going to make sure that they practice in the area that your matter might be pending at, and you want to make sure that they normally practice in the court and the judge that your matter may be in front of. Then will you narrow it down from there and make sure that your attorney is obviously licensed as an attorney and doesn't have any disciplinary action pending. Then you're going to go ahead and ask those specific questions about billing, technology, communication, office staff, where they're located at, whether they're going to give you the best and worst case scenario in your situation, what their experience level is, and what sort of billing method they employ, and whether you can do some of the work yourself. So I hope these tips help you if you find yourself in a situation where you are having to hire an attorney, and make you feel more comfortable that you're going to get an attorney that is a better match for you and your specific issue. Thanks.